What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know? Boxing coming back at y'all with another one, man. So we got Canelo Alvarez in the news, and although the title does say him, possibly waiting for a chance to negotiate with Artur Beterbiev, I'm gonna briefly talk about this real quick, and then I'm gonna get on the Artur Beterbiev. All right. It says so according to Michael Benson, who's a reliable source in the sport of boxing, it says Canelo Alvarez versus Chris Eubank Jr. Preliminary talks. I always have a hard time saying that word. Preliminary talks have now restarted for the fight to potentially happen next. Ben Shalom has revealed we've already started small conversations around the Canelo fight. If he's ever going to fight in the UK, that's the fight, and would likely sell out the Wembley Stadium or whatever. And first and foremost, I'm gonna just say this: this is definitely nothing that excites me, and nothing that that anybody really should be looking forward to. Canelo versus Chris Eubank Jr. I mean, I just don't think. I think I can speak for a lot of people when I say Chris Eubank Jr. I can think of so many more people that deserve a fight with Canelo other than Chris Eubank Jr. I mean, I just don't think that that's a fight that's well deserving. But if I'm Chris Eubank Jr., you can't knock him. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it was talks with him and Conor Ben on the horizon or whatnot. But one thing about it is the fight with Conor Ben will always be there. Just due to, because that fight is bigger than just him and Conor Ben. That fight is more so about their father's rivalry, which is portrayed to be the biggest rivalry in British boxing. So that fight will always be there, bro. I can't knock Chris Eubank Jr. for trying to get a Canelo fight. Even if Canelo loses or Chris Eubank loses, he can go back to to negotiate with Conor Ben, and people in the UK will still turn up and show up and show out for this fight with him and with Conor Ben and Chris Eubank Jr. So I mean, why not? Why not get two big back-to-back paydays? If you're Chris Eubank, go for it. But if you're Canelo, it's like I would rather see him in a rematch with Caleb Plant than to see him fight Chris Eubank. I just don't think Chris Eubank I don't think he's proven himself the way that he would portray himself to have proven or whatever. But anyways, I'm not even gonna stay too long on that. But now I do want to get on what I do want to talk about is Canelo Alvarez possibly waiting for to hear an offer from Artur Beterbiev for a fight. All right, so when I first saw the thumbnail to this, and immediately I had to look into it because, man, oh man, if Canelo does this, bro, I gotta take my hat off to him on a whole nother level, man. But let me go ahead and get to the article, and then I'll give you my opinion. All right, so shout out to Marca.com. It says Canelo Alvarez reportedly waiting on Artur Beterbiev offer for a record-breaking fight. The Mexican boxer is hoping for another title shot or another shot at the light heavyweight world title. After the victory of the Russian Artur Beterbiev against his compatriot Dmitry Bivol to unify the world light heavyweight titles, there's been talks about the possibility of Mexican Saul Canelo Alvarez facing the undisputed champion of the category. It was said that the fighter from Guadalajara did not want anyone in the category other than Bivol, who already defeated Canelo by decision. To have a possible rematch, however, once Beterbiev defeated Bivol. To have a possible rematch, however, once Beterbiev defeated Bivol, Canelo's interest could have changed directions. The website, I can't even pronounce that, revealed that Russian agency TASS spoke with a member of Canelo's team who confirmed that the Mexican is interested in seeking a direct fight against Beterbiev as soon as possible. It could be an interesting fight. We are waiting for an offer so that we can discuss the details. So the source told the Russian news agency anonymously. Top rank interest in starting negotiations. Canelo's interest is added to that of boxing promoter Bob Arum, head of Top Rank, who had previously pointed out a talk with Canelo and his manager Eddie Reynoso to try to convince them to make a negotiation for such fight. Beterbiev has pointed out that the only way to face Canelo is if the Mexican has the titles. Beterbiev has pointed out that the only way to face Canelo is if the Mexican has a title that might interest the Russian, but which he does not have at the moment. But we know that in the world of boxing, money talks, and a good amount of dollars could attract the Russian more than even a world title belt. In addition, the Russian himself has shown interest in moving up to cruiserweight or even fighting for a heavyweight title. On the other hand, Canelo Alvarez has not expressed his desire to get in the ring to face Beterbiev, dangerous puncher power, who in his 21 professional fights remains undefeated with 20 victories by knockout. All right, so interesting news, man. Let's talk about it. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. If Canelo Alvarez gets a fight with Artur Beterbiev, bro, I'm not gonna look. I mean, if he fights Artur Beterbiev, then I kind of look at the whole David Benavidez situation in the same way I look at Demetrius Andrade. And what I say by that is, like, I don't think Canelo is afraid of none of these guys. I don't. But like, it's hard because now, you know, if Canelo fights Artur Beterbiev, who's actually perceived to be a more dangerous than what David Benavidez is, like, bro, I don't know, bro, like, because you would still, it's weird because you would still have a right to say, well, Canelo does not want to fight Benavidez. It's just like I was about to say earlier. I look kind of like how the Demetrius Andrade, right? Like, I don't see how you know, I just don't see Canelo being afraid of Demetrius Andrade. Like, honestly, I've always said that Canelo would beat Demetrius Andrade. Like, you know, Demetrius Andrade is southpaw. He's, you know, rangy or whatnot, very wild with his shots or whatever. But I just always thought that Canelo would beat Demetrius Andrade, bro. But for whatever reason the situation may be, whatever the case may be, Canelo Alvarez just never seemed like he was really interested in fighting Demetrius Andrade. And now, if Canelo Alvarez was to fight in Artur Beterbiev, I would then look at it like, okay, well, Canelo really, like, if he doesn't like you, he's just not gonna make a fight with you. Like, if he doesn't fool with you, that's how I would look at it. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said with the Demetrius Andrade situation, yeah, you would have a right to say, well, Canelo did not want to fight him, but it's not looked at as the same type of duck as, like, he like as if he's afraid of them or something like that, for lack of better words. Because, bro, Artur Beterbiev, that's dangerous. And if Canelo goes up for that challenge, then you gotta salute him. Like, bro, you can't, you know, that's a dangerous, risky fight in one. And, you know, I would take my hat off to Canelo if he did that, like, for real. You can't complain about that fight. Listen, nobody could complain about that fight at all, right? Nobody. And, you know, the only person that would complain about it would be David Benavidez, because it's like, damn, bro, you now, not only could I get a title shot with you at 168, but now you're messing up my title shot at 175. So, of course, David Benavidez would be pissed. But as far as Canelo, I think that's just, you know, on a whole nother level. You know, this man beat the guy that beat you. This man is perceived to be a much, I ain't gonna say much, but he's looked at as the more dangerous fighter between him and David Benavidez. Like, bro, oh my goodness, I would just my respect level for Canelo Alvarez will just go through the roof at this point. Do I think that's gonna happen next? No, I don't. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I don't want to get your hopes up or anything like that. It's just small talks. But man, if they, and I don't give credit for I don't give what we call half-ass credits, meaning that, like, okay, well, because Canelo said that they were gonna talk or make the fight happen, you know, he automatically gets credit for that. Now, you know, I have to see the fight actually go through. It needs to be signed, because we would have to get to the logistics of everything. Like, is there a weight clause, which I've never minded weight clause. I don't care if it is a weight clause, that wouldn't bother me. Because excuse me. I've always felt like rehydration clauses. That's what I meant. Are necessary. I mean, it's not fair to me. I've just never thought it was fair for one person to be able to gain like 30 pounds overnight while another person only gains like 5 to 7 pounds. Like, it just, how is that an even playing field? So I've never had an issue with rehydration clause, but I would like to know, is the fight going to be at a catch weight, or would he try to make it at a catch weight, or whatever the situation may be. But if Canelo just goes into this, like, if he tries to make a fight with Artur Beterbiev and it's on an even playing field, like, goodness gracious, bro, you got to give that man his credit. You know what? As far as David Benavidez goes, you know, it's just one of those things. The man just doesn't really see interest in fighting you. But I think people would allow the David Benavidez situation to pass by if Canelo Alvarez was to fight Artur Beterbiev. You know, that's just my take on it, man. But oh my gosh, I'd love to see that. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Do you think this fight is going to happen, or do you think it's all talks? Do you still want to see him versus David Benavidez? But what do I know?